David's English podcast. Like, comment, share. David's English podcast. Like, comment, share. Job interviews in English can feel scary. But what if I told you that with just a few simple phrases, you can sound confident and professional? Today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to David's English podcast. I'm David, and I'm here to help you speak English clearly and confidently. Today's lesson is very important. We're going to talk about job interviews in English. Many of you have told me that you feel nervous when you interview in English. You know what to say in your language, but in English, it's difficult. I understand. Job interviews are stressful, even in your native language. But when you add English into the mix, it can feel overwhelming. But here's the good news. Job interviews follow patterns. The questions are often similar, and once you know how to answer the most common questions, you'll feel much more prepared. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to answer the top interview questions in English. We'll practice pronunciation together. I'll give you real examples, and by the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to succeed. So, let's get started. Why job interviews are challenging. First, let's talk about why job interviews in English are so challenging. When you interview in your native language, you can think quickly. You know exactly how to express yourself. But in English, you might know what you want to say, but you can't find the right words fast enough. This is completely normal. Learning a language takes time. But the good news is that you don't need perfect English to do well in an interview. You need clear English. You need confident English. Let me give you an example. Imagine the interviewer asks you, "Why do you want this job?" In your head, you might be thinking, "I want this job because it matches my skills, and I'm excited about the company's mission." But when you try to say it in English, maybe you freeze. Maybe you say, I like da. This job is good for me. That's okay. That's a starting point. But today, I'm going to show you how to take that basic idea and turn it into a strong, clear answer. The key is preparation. When you prepare, you don't have to think as hard during the interview. You already know what you want to say. The most important mindset. Before we dive into specific questions, I want to talk about mindset. This is very important. Many English learners think, "I need to be perfect." But that's not true. Interviewers don't expect perfect English. They want to understand you. They want to see your skills and your personality. So, here's what I want you to remember. Clarity is more important than perfection. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. If you make a small grammar mistake, it's okay. The interviewer will still understand you. Also, remember this. Confidence comes from preparation. When you practice these answers before your interview, you'll feel more confident during the interview. So, don't worry about being perfect. Focus on being prepared. Now, let's look at the most common interview questions. Tell me about yourself. The first question in almost every job interview is, "Tell me about yourself." This question sounds simple, but many people struggle with it. Why? Because it's very open. You could talk about anything. Your childhood, your hobbies, your family. But the interviewer doesn't want your whole life story. They want to know about your professional background. Here's a simple formula for answering this question. Step 1. Start with your current situation. Step 2. Talk about your relevant experience. Step 3. End with why you're interested in this job. Let me give you an example. Hello, my name is David. I currently work as a marketing coordinator at a tech company. I've been in this role for 2 years, and I focus on social media and content creation. Before that, I studied business at university. I'm very interested in this position because I want to grow my skills in digital marketing and work with a creative team. Let's break that down. First, I said, I currently work as a marketing coordinator. This tells the interviewer what I do right now. Then, I said, I've been in this role for 2 years, and I focus on social media and content creation. This gives specific details about my experience. Finally, I said, I'm very interested in this position because I want to grow my skills in digital marketing. This shows that I'm motivated and interested in the job. Now, let's practice pronunciation. Repeat after me. I currently work as a marketing coordinator. Good. I've been in this role for 2 years. Excellent. I'm very interested in this position. Perfect. Remember, when you answer, tell me about yourself. Keep it short. About 1 minute is good. Don't talk for 5 minutes. The interviewer wants a summary, not your complete history. Why do you want this job? The second common question is, why do you want this job? This is your chance to show enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means excitement and interest. Employers want to hire people who really want the job, not people who just need any job. Here's how to answer this question well. Step 1. Mention something specific about the company. Step 2. Connect it to your skills or interests. Step 3. Show how you can contribute. Let me give you an example. I want this job because I admire your company's commitment to innovation. I've been following your recent projects, and I'm impressed by your focus on sustainability. My background in project management and my passion for environmental issues make this role a perfect fit. I believe I can contribute valuable ideas to your team. Let's look at the key phrases here. I admire your company's commitment to innovation. This shows I did research about the company. My background in project management makes this role a perfect fit. This connects my experience to the job. I believe I can contribute valuable ideas. This shows confidence and a desire to add value. Now, here's what not to say. I need money, or this job is close to my house, or I just need any job. Even if those things are true, don't say them in the interview. Focus on the positive reasons. Focus on what excites you about the role and the company. Let's practice some useful phrases. Repeat after me. I admire your company's commitment to ... Good. My background in makes this role a perfect fit. Excellent. I believe I can contribute ... Very good. If you're enjoying this lesson, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me create more content like this for you. Okay, let's continue. What are your strengths? The third question is, what are your strengths? A strength is something you're good at. This question can feel uncomfortable. In some cultures, talking about yourself feels like bragging. But in a job interview, you need to show confidence in your abilities. Here's how to answer this question. Step 1. Choose a real strength that's relevant to the job. Step 2. Give a specific example. Step 3. Show how it will help in this role. Let me give you an example. One of my strengths is problem solving. In my previous job, we had a situation where our sales dropped by 20%. I analyzed the data, identified the issue, and created a new strategy. Within 3 months, our sales recovered. I believe this problem-solving ability will be valuable in this role. Notice what I did there. I didn't just say, "I'm good at problem-solving." I gave a specific story. I showed results. This makes my answer much stronger. Here are some common strengths you might talk about. Communication skills, time management, teamwork, attention to detail, creativity, leadership, adaptability. Choose a strength that's true for you and relevant to the job you're applying for. Now, let's talk about how to describe your strengths clearly. Instead of saying, "I'm good at talking to people," say, "I have strong communication skills." Instead of saying, "I work fast," say, "I'm efficient and meet deadlines consistently." Use professional language. It makes you sound more confident. Let's practice. Repeat after me. One of my strengths is ... Good. In my previous job, Excellent. I believe this will be valuable in this role. Perfect. What are your weaknesses? Now, let's talk about a tricky question. What are your weaknesses? Many people hate this question. You're trying to get the job, and now they want you to talk about your problems. It feels wrong. But here's the secret. Interviewers don't expect you to be perfect. They want to see that you're self-aware. Self-aware means you know yourself. You understand your limitations, and you're working to improve. To answer these questions, use the STAR method. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. Let me show you how this works. Question: tell me about a time when you worked on a difficult team project. Situation: in my last job, I worked on a team project to launch a new product. Task: my task was to coordinate between the design team and the marketing team. Action: I organized weekly meetings to keep everyone aligned. When conflicts arose, I facilitated discussions to find solutions. Result: we launched the product on time, and it exceeded our sales goals by 15%. See how that works. You tell a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. The STAR method keeps your answer organized. It helps you avoid rambling or forgetting important details. Let's practice the structure. Repeat after me. In my last job ... double quotes situation. My task was to ... double quotes task. I organized. I facilitated ... double quotes action. As a result ... double quotes result. Good. When you prepare for your interview, think of 2 or 3 stories from your past experience. Practice telling them using the STAR method. This will make you feel much more prepared. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button. It lets me know you want more English lessons like this one. Asking questions. Now, Let's talk about something many people forget: asking questions. At the end of most interviews, the interviewer will say, "Do you have any questions for me?" Never say, "No, I don't have any questions." Why? Because asking questions shows that you're interested and engaged. It shows you've thought about the role. Here are some good questions you can ask. What does a typical day look like in this role? What are the biggest challenges facing your team right now? How would you describe the company culture? What opportunities are there for professional development? These questions show that you're thinking about whether the job is a good fit for you. They also give you valuable information about the company. Here are some questions you should not ask. How much vacation time do I get? Wait until they offer you the job. What does your company do? You should know this before the interview. Can I work from home every day? This might seem like you're not committed. Prepare 2 or 3 questions before your interview. Write them down. Bring them with you. It's okay to look at your notes during the interview. Let's practice asking questions. Repeat after me. What does a typical day look like in this role? Good. What are the biggest challenges facing your team? Excellent. What opportunities are there for professional development? Perfect. Okay, we've covered a lot today. Let's do a quick review. We talked about the most common interview questions. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Here's how to answer this question well. Step 1. Choose a real weakness, but not a critical one. Step 2. Explain what you're doing to improve. Step 3. Show progress. Let me give you an example. One weakness I've been working on is public speaking. In the past, I felt nervous presenting in front of large groups. So, I joined a public speaking club to practice. I've seen significant improvement. I recently gave a presentation to 50 people, and I felt much more confident. Notice what I did. I admitted a weakness, public speaking, but then I showed that I'm actively improving. I gave a specific example of my progress. Here's what not to say. I'm a perfectionist, or I work too hard. These are not real weaknesses. Interviewers hear these answers all the time, and they sound dishonest. Also, don't say, "I'm always late," or "I don't like working with people." These are critical weaknesses that could hurt your chances of getting the job. Choose something genuine, but not job-bending. And always explain how you're improving. Let's practice. Repeat after me. One weakness I've been working on is ... Good. I'm actively working to improve by ... Excellent. I've seen significant progress. Very good. Listening practice. Now, let's do some listening practice. I'm going to read 3 interview answers. Your job is to listen carefully and identify which question each answer responds to. Are you ready? Let's begin. Answer 1. I've been interested in your company for a long time. I use your products regularly, and I'm impressed by your customer service. I believe my experience in retail and my passion for helping customers make me a great fit for this role. What question was that answering? Think about it. That was answering, why do you want this job? Good. Answer 2. I'm currently finishing my degree in computer science. I've completed 2 internships where I worked on web development projects. I'm excited about this position because I want to work on real-world applications and continue learning. What question was that? That was answering. Tell me about yourself. Excellent. Answer 3. I sometimes take on too many tasks at once. I'm learning to prioritize better and say no when necessary. I've started using project management tools to keep track of my work, and it's helped me stay more organized. And what about that one? That was answering. What are your weaknesses? Great job. Listening practice like this helps you recognize patterns and understand how to structure your own answers. Behavioral questions. Now, let's talk about behavioral questions. These are questions about your past experiences. They usually start with phrases like, tell me about a time when ... Give me an example of ... Describe a situation where ... For example, tell me about a time when you faced a challenge at work. These questions are common in job interviews. The interviewer wants to understand how you handle real situations. We learned about behavioral questions and the STAR method, and we discussed the importance of asking your own questions at the end of the interview. Remember, the key to success in a job interview is preparation. Don't try to memorize scripts word for word. Instead, practice the structure. Know the key points you want to make. Practice speaking clearly and slowly. And here's one final tip. Breathe. It's okay to pause and think before you answer. It's better to take a moment and give a clear answer than to rush and stumble over your words. You can do this. With practice, you'll feel more confident. Your English will improve, and you'll be ready for your next job interview. If this lesson helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to David's English podcast. I create new lessons every week to help you improve your English. Also, leave a comment below and let me know. What's the most challenging part of job interviews for you? I read every comment, and your feedback helps me create better lessons. Thank you so much for watching. I'm David, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, you're doing great. Good luck with your interview. David's English podcast. Like, comment, share,